said you're in your 11th year here in Raleigh. One guy who spent 8 years on your staff was, of course, Des Kitchings. Just wanted to ask you about your relationship with him and how it's going to be seeing him on the opposite sideline.
You coach against a lot of guys in this profession, some guys that you're friends with, some guys that you've worked with, guys you meet on the road. And when you start these games, it doesn't matter. I mean, you don't even know they're over there. You're worried about your own football team, and that's just how it is. So it's really nothing different. I mean, every game you go, if you really watch the coaches in pregame, a lot of them are close friends. You see them out there catching up and things like that. So just another game.
Corey?
Dave, obviously, you mentioned the play of Lyndon Cooper. That was because of the fact that Dylan McMahon had to leave the game. What is his status right now? And obviously Aiden White sitting out the last game. I know you said that it sounded like it was kind of minor, but what are their status for this week at this point?
Yeah, well, we expect to have Aiden White and Dylan's day-to-day. There's nothing on the tests after the game that are worrisome, no surgeries, nothing like that. Dylan has had things in the past. He's a very quick healer, very tough guy. So he's going to do everything he can to play in this game. But, we're 2 days from that game. So we'll have to see where he's at tomorrow. But I know he'll do everything he can to be out there.
And as a follow-up to that, with the way Lyndon Cooper played, does that give you confidence that regardless, you feel pretty good about the center position as well?
Yeah, we're excited about Coop. I was last year when he started getting reps behind Gibby, and so, we've known for a while that, we've kind of set ourselves up progression-wise with the guys we have. And I think putting Coop at guard allowed him to get playing and not have to worry about the snaps and all that. And he's improved a lot. So we feel great with him in there. He understands the system and what to do with it. And there's great confidence if he's the guy we have to roll with.
Thanks, Dave.
Aaron?
Hey, Dave, you guys had, I think, 10 different guys catch a ball last week. Receiver has been sort of a topic of, can you find that guy or develop that guy, the next go-to guy that you can trust reliably every game? Did you feel like you guys accomplished some things in that regard with the last game, with guys getting more reps and extended looks?
Yeah, it's growing. Like I told you guys last week, I think the offense is going to continue to evolve with Coach and I, maybe through the first half of the season, and I think it's just as guys continue to make plays, or sometimes guys will make some errors and then do they recover from them? Like in this past game, I think Casey and Porter both played well, in the game before they both had drops that hurt us. And you saw them gain confidence and get back into the flow of things that way. And I think Bradley Rosner has become a consistent playmaker. Keon's been consistent. Julian Gray's playing really good for us right now. And so, it's starting to come together, but it's not there yet, and we're still bringing some guys along. I think Terrell Timmons and Anthony Smith are two guys in our system that could emerge over time too, So as you know, it's a long year, man. A lot of things can happen, and where we're at in week 2 or week 3 is not where we're going to be in week 10.
Ethan?
Hey, Coach. Obviously, Sean Brown had to step into a starting role
Right.
in the last game. Just how would you assess his play against VMI?
He's getting better. I thought he was more active. He was more productive. His eyes were better. He played faster. And I think being a starter for the first time, in the last week, and now it's something he's more comfortable, I think, just, being in that role. But he improved from the last one to this one. And obviously competition wasn't the same. I get that, but just the little things about his play, the volume, the level of communication, the eye discipline, those were all better.
Thanks.
Noah?
Hey, Coach, you kind of mentioned it in your opening statement, but Kendrick got a lot of run at running back. What did you kind of see from him in his first opportunity, to really get a lot of carries?
Well, he's a natural guy when it comes to seeing things on the field. He's got really good balance and vision. And I talked about him a lot during training camp, that he was impressing us as a runner. And so, as you know, that's not the only thing running backs have to do. You have to understand the protections to take care of the quarterback And as a freshman, that takes a little time. And so the one part of his game is as you've seen, he's pretty good at running the football. You can see things. He's got balance. He's strong. And it's just continuing to get him game ready in all the other areas, improving his ball skills, improving his protections. And we also want to keep these guys fresh. So it's good to have that rotation back there between Jordan and Michael and him, and then using Delbert and DeMarcus in the way that we are. I think it's nice to have that to sustain what we want to do in the run game over a 12-week season.
Corey?
Dave, obviously this is going to be an emotional game for Brennan Armstrong returning to UVA for the first time. What do you do as a coach to keep him on track, leading up to the game and during the game, to keep his head, in things? Obviously he's a veteran quarterback, doesn't need that much. So.
Right. Well, you focus on the process, right? And I think for him, I've gotten to know him now. He's, regardless of who he's playing, that kid is uber competitive. And so he's going to be that way no matter what. And I think it's just getting him to understand the process, which he does already. We've talked a lot about this, the process of what makes him a good player. Like, what do you need to do to see the coverages the right way, to understand the timing of the plays, your progression in the meeting room with the coaches, how you're talking to the players, the way you practice. It's just a game once that whistle blows. Now, when he gets in that stadium for the first time, I'm sure he's going to have some feelings. He loved that place, has great friends and memories there. But he's playing for our team, and he knows that, and he's going in there to win a football game and to make it about us, and how he has to play. And that's kind of where it is. I think you can get into these types of games and you guys are asking all the questions about the things that don't matter. It doesn't matter that he used to go to school there. It doesn't matter that we have coaches that used to coach there, or they have coaches that used to coach here. What matters is, can we execute? Can we win the ball security battle? Can we strain harder than them? Can we finish plays better than them? That's what matters. And we want to go win a football game. So we're going to focus on the things that matter.
JC?
Obviously, different teams go through rebuilding stages. Can you tell the difference when they have the true freshman at quarterback, that maybe he gives them a spark that they can build around moving forward?
The kid's got a lot of guts. You see him go in there and there's no flinch. He plays hard. He's definitely energetic. You can see his enthusiasm with his teammates. And then the other guy, when he was in the game against Tennessee prior to the injury, he's got a quick release. He threw some really nice dig routes in that game into tight windows. You can see he's got a talented arm. He didn't run a whole lot in that game, so you didn't really see that part of it. But they've got two good quarterbacks. I'm not sure. Obviously, it's Tony's team. He's going to do what he knows is best for those guys. But you can see why they're excited about not just the older guy that's there, but the younger guy. I think they're both guys that can help their offense and have proven that, when they go in the game, that they have the talent.